Greetings and salutations, dear viewers. Naka Teleeli here, giving you your state of the channel address for the winter of 2011-2012. This is mostly going to be a refresher for all the regulars, but it's here for all the new people, so they can learn a bit about the channel and how things work around here. We've got a few topics to cover here, so I've made us a handy little outline. Now, this always has and always will be a Let's Play channel, so no matter the issue, don't worry about that changing. However, this means that this is not a gameplay channel. If you're looking strictly for gameplay without commentary, I suggest looking elsewhere. The channel tends to focus on more obscure indie and doujin games, not necessarily your mainstream Marios and Zeldas. We're not afraid to dabble in it from time to time, but it's certainly not the norm. Which means I'm sorry to everybody coming to the channel through New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but that kind of thing really isn't the kind of thing we do much around here. It's predominantly myself doing commentary, though I am occasionally joined by my dear friend Elemental Ogre. You may not have seen much of him lately, which is just because we haven't been able to record together in a while. This is the reason we haven't been able to record more Persona. Though we're working on getting back together for some recording soon. This doesn't mean Persona's coming back right away, though. It's on indefinite hiatus, and that hasn't changed. When we decide to get back to it, you'll know. No need to keep asking. That's what indefinite hiatus means. We don't do only Let's Plays here, though. Every Wednesday, we're co-commentators on the Moonhawk Studios Presents podcast, where we interview someone for the majority of the show and wrap it up by talking about video games for a little bit. I'll do a promo every Wednesday before the show telling you who the guest is and what we'll be talking about. Also on Wednesdays, I'll be starting up a First Impressions series, which I'd like to name something a bit more unique. This will be streamed over on Twitch TV, so I can bounce off a live audience while recording it. No worries to everybody who doesn't see it live, though. They will all be uploaded to YouTube once we're done. In the same video as the podcast promo, I'll be saying what game I'm doing and giving out links to see. Now, the First Impressions isn't a regular series. If I don't have a game to do, I just won't do one. Normally, I'm not open to requests, but I'm much more open to First Impressions requests. This is a little bit more complicated, though, as I can't really justify paying full price for a game every week that I may play for an hour and never play again. However, if you want to be a real bro and gift me a game on Steam or something, on the condition that I do a First Impressions of it, I'd be more than happy to. Just keep in mind, I can't do a First Impressions of a game that I've played before. I mentioned Twitch TV earlier, which is where I stream, and I'm known to stream unannounced on occasion. I'll link my Twitch TV account not only in the video description, but if you check the top banner of my YouTube channel, there's a link to it up there as well. Not only is there a link to Twitch there, but there's also a link to my forum. I started this forum a while back to help out with my videos, but there's a lot of other stuff there as well. There's a fan art thread and a topic for the game I'm developing as well. Though the forum started just as something to help with my videos, it's since got quite the community there, complete with a section for video game talk and a role-playing board, so check the place out, you may like it. Another of the links I've got on the channel banner is my Twitter account. I'll post kind of random things here from time to time, but I'll also give some behind-the-scenes information, such as progress I'm making on an upload, or if there's been a problem not letting me upload for a few days. All stuff I'll talk about there. The final link on my banner is to my DeviantArt account. I like to think I'm a respectable artist, and I'll put some drawings up there from time to time, such as a full image of my own persona, Miss Naka the Honey White. I used to take commissions as well, but I've been way too busy lately. I'd like to open them up again at some point in the future, though. As many of you have probably noticed, between not only the channel banner, the little image next to the subscribe button on this very video, and the ads on all of the videos, I've managed to procure a partnership. This is not only going to help the channel grow, but these ads are currently my primary source of income. So if you really want to help out not only me, but the channel as a whole, I humbly request that you add an exception into your ad blocker for my videos. Since YouTube's recent update, the exception text has changed that you need to add. If you'd like to add an exception, now I only know how to do this in AdBlock Plus, open it up and click on Filter Preferences. You should be able to add an exception from this window. I'll put the line here and in the video description so you can get to it easier, but this is what you add. As long as you get to this video from YouTube's main page, this should enable ads on every channel that you're subscribed to. I've said we don't really do mainstream games here, but I would like to get a bit more traffic through the channel, so I may consider a few things I wouldn't have otherwise done. This is kind of where the First Impression series came from, and why I'll probably be starting a Minecraft survival guide and achievement guide here soon. I'm not going to just outright sell out though, so no worries there. I don't really have many rules on the channel. This first little set isn't really even rules, so much as they are things I just don't like doing. Firstly, I don't accept Let's Play requests. I like to make sure I know a game well, and I enjoy the game before I do it, so I decide entirely for myself if I'm going to do a game. Please don't request games. I don't listen. I am, however, willing to hear about games I wouldn't have otherwise heard of. Don't use this as an excuse to request an LP, though. Don't expect an LP of a game you tell me about, and since you were just telling me about a game I may not have heard about, telling me about a game I have heard of is kind of wasting your breath. If GU was any indication, I also have little enthusiasm for RPGs, be it an LP or otherwise. I won't say I'll never LP a long RPG-like game again, but it's a long ways off and it'll be a game that's very important to me. As such, if I'm not already considering it, I'm not going to do it. Not only do I not want to see RPG requests, I don't even want to hear about them. If the word RPG is in a comment, I don't even read the rest. Also, I don't accept friend requests. I'm a bit happy to see YouTube is doing away with them. I never really saw the point, and if I approved every one that came my way, they'd have become meaningless pretty quick. I tend to reserve it for a choice few actual friends, but even that seems to be going away soon. Another thing to mention is I'm generally not a very social person. I don't like meeting up and hanging out with new people. I hate idle conversation. So for anybody who wants a cameo in one of my videos, or wants me to cameo in one of theirs, or just wants to do a duo in something, I respectfully decline. Nothing personal, but it's something I just really don't enjoy. I'll generally only work with a choice few very close friends, and I'd like to have even more control over videos that are going up on my own channel. Finally, I tend to record in a very structured way. I don't like breaking the flow and giving an intro or talking about something that doesn't have anything to do with the game, and as such, I don't give shoutouts or anything. They're just very out of place, and even if I did, I prefer there be a reason for it, like the person helped me with something. I wouldn't do it just because someone asked. Now on a different topic, here are a few things I'd kindly ask you not to do. It really gets on my nerves. You see, where my enjoyment comes from in making these videos is reading the comments. I love seeing people having a good time and enjoying themselves, so what's posted in the comments will make or break my mood. First up, don't explain basic game mechanics to me. I'm not stupid. I've played the game plenty before, and I like to think I've figured out how to play the game by this point. Be it story or a special attack, don't say it just in case I don't know. Just go ahead and assume I do know until you see otherwise. Also, there is no correct way to play a game. If you think I'm playing it wrong, just keep that thought to yourself. Secondly, don't argue for the sake of arguing. This includes not only arguing over silly things, like if I say the sky is blue, but playing devil's advocate. Nobody likes someone who tries to counter every little thing they say, especially when it's an opinion. Opinions can't be right or wrong, and trying to deny an opinion is kind of a jerk move. I remember telling everybody they were playing devil's advocate at one point, and someone said, "Oh, we're not, they're just trying to show another side of the issue." Guess what? In telling me you weren't playing Devil's Advocate, you're playing Devil's Advocate. The final issue is the posting of spoilers. I don't care how shallow the story is. I don't care if it's just future gameplay. I don't care if you put a big spoiler tag in front of it. Just don't post them. At all. I'll just delete the comment and probably yell at you a little. Not just spoilers, but I'll delete any comment that just outright frustrates me. I tend not to hold it against the person, though, and if you notice your comment is gone, just ask, and I'll explain my reasoning, assuming I even remember I deleted the comment. Remember, though, acting like a jerk is a quick way to get me to act like a jerk right back. A lot of people ask for advice, and this comes in two flavors, recording setup and just straight up advice. Let's start with our setup. For recording off a console, I have an AverMedia AverTV USB HD DVR. This lets me capture directly off a console, though I have to run it through a converter to get the file into something I can edit. I can't record commentary with this, though, so I do that simultaneously with Cool Edit 2000. It's an old program, but it does exactly what I need. I imagine something like Audacity would do just the same, though. For recording off the computer, I prefer to use Fraps, but if that won't work, I use Camtasia's built-in recorder with the XVID codec set on maximum quality, recording commentary and game audio at the same time. I do all editing in Camtasia and export as an MP4 with quality set at 80%. When Ogre and myself record, we're actually in the same room. We don't use Skype. We used to use two different headsets, but we've since gotten a single studio mic, a CAD U37. For all my solo stuff, I just got a new headset, a Razer Carcharius. As for specific advice, first and foremost, do it because you enjoy it. Don't get into LPing to be popular or so you can be like somebody else. If you don't enjoy making the video, nobody is going to want to watch. Pick a game you know and love, but don't go too mainstream. If there are a million Let's Plays of a game already out there, yours is just going to get swallowed up in the tide. Don't do something too obscure, though, or nobody will ever find it. Game choice will get viewers to click on your video, but it's your job to keep them. Always strive to do better. Never be happy with what you've produced. Get better video quality, get better audio quality, and most importantly, try to improve your commentary. Remember that you don't have to upload something just because you recorded it. Watch it back like a viewer. If you get bored, so will the viewer. And this is your chance to learn from that and make it more entertaining before you re-record and upload it. Nobody will start out perfect, though. The more you do this, the more practice you get, the more comfortable you'll get, and the better videos you will produce. If I could offer any one piece of advice, though, it's never make excuses for yourself. The viewer is fickle and really doesn't care what your problems are or how legitimate they are. There are a lot of videos out there, and it doesn't take much to get them to just watch another one. Say there's a fan blowing in your background, and your parents won't let you turn it off. Sure, you've got no control over that, but the viewers will still find the fan annoying and leave. They really don't care what your reasoning is. It's your job to find a workaround and find a way to record without that fan blowing. This is a pretty blatant example, but this goes for absolutely everything you do. I suppose that's about everything I've got to say. Here's to a new year coming. Hope everybody enjoys what I've put together thus far, and I hope you enjoy what I've got planned for the future. Until next time, everyone.